Hey guys, it's Brian, co-founder of Bobby Rabbits. Today we wanted to talk about decentralized autonomous organizations, or DAOs. Now, I should say as a disclaimer that Bobby Rabbits is not a pure DAO. We have a lot of elements of one, but there are a little bit more, there are a few more features of human intervention than probably what would be known as purely a DAO. Now, before we really get into all of this, we should probably explain what a traditional corporate structure looks like, specifically publicly traded companies. So let's say, for example, I wanted to start a business that sells clothes. And we get to the point where we need to raise $1 million to buy this factory and employ people that can, do the work for us and pay for shipping and all of these things that require money. Publicly traded companies, to raise money, will issue shares of stock. It's called an IPO, or initial public offering. And the way that this works is they sell initial shares of stock, which represent ownership in the company, to a large group of people. Now, those first dollars go to the company to be used for things that they need money for, like, building the factory, employing people, those initial essential needs to get things going. Now, in return for borrowing your money, you own a piece of the company. So if the company does well and becomes worth more money, then your share of that pie gets bigger and bigger. Now, that's kind of how we saw Bobby Rabbits and Mint Day. Now, that money that we're going to pull in from Mint is essentially us raising capital so that we can do things for the brand, to grow the brand. And as we're releasing 1,000 rabbits, each one of those 1,000 rabbits is going to represent ownership in part of this brand. So, if we grow the brand, grow awareness out in the world of what Bobby Rabbits is, people are going to be willing to pay more and more money for these rabbits. So that is kind of the first part of how publicly traded companies are structured. Second, the major component where a DAO, or decentralized autonomous organization, comes into play is that publicly traded companies have a hierarchy of workers. You have a CEO, you have managers below them, mid-level managers, and then at the very bottom you have kind of the worker ants that do, a lot of the day-to-day tasks to build the company. The difference with that structure and a DAO is that in a DAO, it's decentralized and autonomous, which means that most of the work, there's no boss, there's no CEO. Every person that has a Bobby Rabbit will have an equal say in what happens with the company. Now, a publicly traded company, they have shareholders. So anybody that owns a share of stock, they get votes in what the company does. Now, if you're the CEO of one of these companies, your job is to please those people. So their votes do count. However, a lot of decision-making happens without, approval of shareholders. Within a DAO, the way that we've structured Bobby Rabbits, we want the community to have a say in everything we do. That's why we put things to a vote in our Discord. And that is why once the rabbits are minted, we will set up a members only page where if you have a Bobby Rabbit NFT, you will be able to connect your wallet to verify ownership. And once you are in and verified as a holder of a Bobby Rabbit, you will be able to vote on what we do with those community funds. A major part of a DAO being autonomous and decentralized is that smart contracts are going to do a lot of the decision making, or lack thereof. So a publicly traded company, there's a person that sits there and decides who they're going to hire, how much they're going to pay them, all of these things. However, with Bobby Rabbits, we will build a lot of that into the smart contract. For example, people who own Bobby Rabbits will be getting a royalty. They're sharing the royalties. So for every transaction that occurs, 2.5% of that transaction will go into a wallet that will be distributed amongst the other Rabbit owners. That way, as we grow this community, we wanted to give back. If you buy a Bobby Rabbits, we want you to feel a part of the community. Things that you do to grow the brand will grow the value of your NFT. As the transactions get bigger and bigger, that 2.5% will be a larger and larger number. So the revenue that we generate, the interest or dividend that is being paid out to Bobby Rabbits owners is designed to get larger and larger, and for you to have a direct say in how that value grows. Another 2.5% of those transactions, for now a total of 5%, is going to go into a different wallet. That wallet will be kind of our treasury. We can use those funds to take on big projects. For example, one of the things that we've wanted to do and have expressed wanting to do is build a virtual reality game. Something kind of Grand Theft Auto style, where you have a sandbox you can run around in and do whatever you want, or you can go on missions where you try to, finish graffiti works on buildings without getting caught. We're in the beginning phases of this, but once we get the rabbits out there and everything is minted, we'll set up that members only page, and we'll be able to vote on where we go with this project, what direction we want to take, how much money we want to spend on it. We're going to put all of these things to a vote and let the community decide. One of the other ideas, we wanted to somehow come up with like a 2D animated cartoon series, maybe for YouTube or Adult Swim if we are so lucky. These are things that are going to require money, and we are going to use, some mint money, some of that community fund to be able to pay people to take on these projects. We are hoping that, members of the community can contribute their resources and their knowledge and their background and skill sets to build some of these projects to save us, money from going out and hiring a completely third party. That way, first of all, whoever takes on the project will be able to get paid from Bobby Rabbits funds. So we're supporting our own artist and community. And B, these contributions are going to help grow the value of the brand. In turn, people will be willing to pay more for your rabbits that are in your wallet. We're trying to increase the value of what's being held in your wallet, as well as the amount these dividends are that are paying out. So hopefully that explains a little bit about what our goals are, to become kind of a hybrid DAO, decentralized autonomous organization, versus the traditional route of, going public on a New York Stock Exchange or NASDAQ or the Toronto Stock Exchange or any of the other stock exchanges around the world. We think that this technology is going to kind of streamline and revolutionize how companies are able to run and manage their businesses, and we wanted to jump in and take a part of that. The rest is up to the community. As we put more and more stuff to a vote, we could go in directions that Bobby and myself and all of us have not even thought of yet. So the best thing for us to do now is to keep growing the community, make sure we get people whose votes we are going to that we think their vote is going to benefit the community. We want those people to be rabbit holders. We don't want trolls to be, making ridiculous votes that are going to sink the ship. And that's one of the reasons why our strategy was essentially to be very cautious about who we allow in before the mint. We didn't want to overly advertise or draw the attention of trolls and bots and things of that nature. But for now, we're doing great. I think that we're going to sell out the collection pretty quickly, and it will be in the hands of the right people that are going to help us grow this community. So feel free to subscribe, comment, tell us what you want to hear about next, and we'll do our best to continue to educate our community so that we can grow together as a whole.